Welcome to UNews on the University Cable Network. We bring you some of the latest news happening on campus and remind you of different things going on. Today, some of the things you will hear about are the annual boat race, Buena Vista University's Family Weekend, and how some students are helping with disaster relief in the surrounding areas. Buena Vista University has announced that Tony Blair, Prime Minister of Great Britain and Northern Ireland from 1997 to 2007, will be the 20th William W. Stevens American Heritage Lecture Laureate on Friday, October 7th. Mr. Blair joins a list of preeminent previous lecturers, including former world leaders, heads of state, and others who have reached the highest levels of accomplishment and recognition in their fields. BVU President Fred Moore says, "This is an exceptional opportunity for our students to interact face-to-face with a man who was the leader of Great Britain for 10 years, and a key ally in our effort to stop terrorism." Students from across Buena Vista University's 5 academic schools proudly presented academic works at Scholars Day on April 15th. It was the 7th annual Scholars Day, and over 100 participants showcased their best presentations and research. The research these students do is preparing them for real-world jobs and for graduate schools that some of them will attend in the future. Scholars Day shows the mentoring relationship between faculty and students. It celebrates the discovery of what has been going on in the classroom, as well as field work that students have been doing. The keynote speaker was Grant Knoll, a 2003 BVU graduate, and organizers thought that Scholars Day was a very successful day with a record amount of students participating. Over 60 student organizations have signed up to volunteer at approximately 40 locations throughout the Storm Lake area for Buenafication Day, the annual day of service and fun at Buena Vista University on April 28th. On the day, which had its beginning a century ago as Hopo Day, classes are canceled to allow students, faculty, and staff the opportunity to volunteer their time to spruce up campus, help people in need, and do projects on properties of local public and nonprofit organizations. The third Beaver's annual Great Boat Float Challenge is taking place the afternoon of Buenafication Day. Students, faculty, and staff will put their homemade cardboard boats to the test as they race on a designated course in competition for trophies and bragging rights. 3 speedboat trophies are awarded to the boats that compete the course with the fastest times. Boats are also eligible for awards celebrating creativity, school spirit, and the most dramatic sinking. In the first annual Great Boat Float, Student Services took away the winning paddle. Updates to come on who takes away the winning award this year. Rebecca Roth talked to Bethany Larson about what it takes to play a musical, Get Up and Running. Let's hear what she learned.
Play your musical together is a lot of work, but that is what Bethany Larson, assistant professor of theater, does every single year. They spend at least a year ahead of time figuring out what plays or musical to do for the upcoming season. If you think directing a play is easy, listen to what Bethany has to do to get a play started.
Serious planning for me as a director starts as soon as I've picked it. I start reading it over and over.
A play is not able to be put together by just one person. Along with the director, there are the actors, a set and lighting designer, a prop person, costumers, as well as people to do publicity. Students around campus even help out designing graphics for programs. It takes a lot of work to put a play or musical together.
The rehearsal schedule for a standard play, a non-musical play, is typically 6 weeks. You have about 5 weeks of rehearsal, and then you have a week of dress rehearsals, and then you do your show. Then when you do a musical, we spent 2 additional weeks just learning music.
The steps taken up to opening night go from general to specifics for Bethany. First comes learning the music, then to characterization, rough blocking and choreography come next. Bethany calls some of her rehearsals working rehearsals, and then off to polishing every scene the last week or so coming into opening night. When it comes to finding the right actors, directors have their own way of holding auditions.
Everybody has their own sort of way of doing it.
Bethany likes to see new faces when it comes to auditions. She does an open call so anyone can show up and audition. Callback auditions come next. As a director, Bethany's job is to tell the story visually. If you have ever thought that being in a play was easy, you should think again. It is a lot of hard work putting one together, but it is the end result that makes it all worth it. I'm Rebecca Roth with the University Cable Network.
To see more, go to our UNews channel, UNews Now, on YouTube. Family Weekend is taking place April 29th, May 1st on the Buena Vista University campus. Family Weekend offers a chance for parents and siblings to come to Storm Lake and enjoy some quality time with their son or daughter, and to enjoy learning about the different opportunities, programs, and services at BVU, as well as cheer on Beaver athletes and some great entertainment. Some of the activities taking place during Family Weekend are to make photo keychains, build a critter, tie-dye shirts, and a puppy carnival to enjoy the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee musical being put on by the Buena Vista University Theater Department. Work on $2.4 million renovations to the athletic field, track, and field facilities at J. Leslie Rollins Stadium have already begun. The goal is to have most of the changes finished by the fall of 2011 football and soccer season. The planned improvements include synthetic turf field, new blue polyurethane track, and new restrooms and storage for equipment and regraded discus area for more level ground. The start of the project was made possible to BVU trustee Cordell Peterson, class of 1963, and his wife Sandra. Let's go see what Brianna has to say for the sports today. Hey Brianna, how are those Beavers looking?
Well, David, Jesse Schmidt, a former Buena Vista wide receiver, put himself into the record books for the Iowa Barnstormers. During their home game against the Chicago Rush, Schmidt contributed to the effort with a record-breaking 7 touchdowns. Schmidt is in his second season with the Barnstormers and now leads in touchdown catches for the team as well as the Arena Football League. Another name in recent BV news is Ben Yossi. Yossi, a junior third baseman for Buena Vista, was named the Iowa Conference Baseball Position Player of the Week after last weekend's game. He now ranks third in runs scored with 24 runs, and it is safe to say he has hit well 21 out of 29 games. This is Yossi's first time receiving this honor, and he's the first position player to earn this honor this season. The Buena Vista track and field teams came back in the competition in the Prairie Wolf Invite at Nebraska Wesleyan University. Andrea Boyd and Rachel Burnett both set season best times in Friday's events. Boyd took 4th in the 400-meter hurdles, following Burnett, who finished 2nd. Also setting personal season bests were Katie Larson and Bree Platt in the 1,500-meter run. For the men, Colin Mann finished in 9th place with his fastest time yet of 11.94 seconds. Taking off 29 seconds may sound impossible, but BV's Andrew Soden did just that from his previous personal best. Select individuals will next take part in the Drake Relays, while the rest of the team competes at Simpson College. Check out the latest athletic updates at www.bvu.edu/athletics. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brianna. Buena Vista University will hold its annual Student Recognition Dinner on April 30th. The dinner will honor approximately 250 students for outstanding accomplishments in both academics and leadership. Among those honors, the BVU National Alumni Association will also give out 2 Senior of the Year awards. The keynote speaker for the dinner is Dr. Brian Lensmeyer, Associate Professor of Biology, who will speak on Making Your Mark. Buena Vista University's Office of Community Service, the Red Cross, and the Bridge of Storm Lake are working together to streamline relief efforts following the tornadoes that caused widespread damage on northeast Iowa on April 9th. On April 11th, BVU sent a crew south of Nemaha, and on April 12th sent another team to several sites near Shaler. Ashley Farmer Hansen sincerely thanks everyone who has expressed support and concern for those in need in our region. We're trying to mobilize groups as fast as we can and prioritizing volunteer requests as they come in. BVU will also be mobilizing volunteers for April 28th, which is Buenafication Day. Current plans are to clean up in areas where volunteer efforts are still needed from 1 to 5 p.m. That is all the news we have for you today. To see more episodes of UNews, go to our YouTube channel, UNews Now. Come back in a couple weeks to see a new episode of UNews. Tune in next time. I'm David Ekstrom on University Cable Network.